What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest ArrowOS on this device. And if you go into the ArrowOS website and select the Redmi Note 10 Pro or suite from the Redmi section from right here, make sure you click on select version and from there just select Arrow 12. Then you will get the ArrowOS 12 or the Android 12 based ArrowOS builds. Here you will find the two separate versions of the builds, like the vanilla build and the GApps build, and of course as usual I have flashed the GApps included variant over here, and this is the 28th October 2021 build. Yes, I have been waiting for an update, but as of right now till November 4th 2021 I did not receive any more updates. The last build was of the 28th October, but I'm pretty sure there will be a new update pretty soon. But as of right now, the 28th October build is the latest one. So first, let me show you the About section. Here is how it looks like. We have the ArrowOS icon still, and we have the Android 12 version right there. And if you keep tapping on it, you get this clock, of course, and it looks beautiful when you turn it to 12, and you get this kind of Android 12 Easter egg still. By the way, I did make a video on ArrowOS earlier, and I would say, yes, on that ArrowOS there was nothing, almost no customizations at all, but here there are some or few customizations that I like. But let me show you into this video what's there and what's not there, and what are the features or what is the actual experience that you will get here. So the security patch is still of October 5th 2021 because this is not a November build yet. And here we have the stock kernel as the perfg kernel. The build date here again is the 28th October 2021. If you go to the system panel, we have the device specific settings. Now this is interesting because here we get the high refresh rate, and by default it's set to 120Hz, 120Hz. I guess we can set it to 60, 120Hz too, but both works in the same way I guess. But yeah, 120Hz display, 120Hz AMOLED is actually working perfectly fine here. I have seen no issues whatsoever, like any lagging or something with 120Hz. There is no issues at all like that. And the de-dimming is actually working fine, and you can turn it on or turn it off from right here. So this is great that you get the de-dimming over here, which you simply do not get in MIUI for the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And in the direct sound, we have the youth edition and stuff. So from here you can choose any headset preset, and the sound quality via the headphone jack and Bluetooth as well is just great. Also there are the sound presets, and you can choose it from right here. And the hi-fi audio preset is also there, so if you're using some like high-end headphones, you can definitely use it with this kind of preset. Now check this out. If I connect this headset right here, there is no headset icon on top, and as there is no system UI tuner or something, I can't simply enable the system UI tuner. So yeah, if you're using like wired headsets, you won't be seeing a headset icon up there. But yes, the wired headphones are working perfectly fine. You should not worry about them. Now let me turn on this Bluetooth headset so that I can show you if the Bluetooth battery icon is working. So right now I just connected to my Bluetooth headset, and as you can see on the status bar, the Bluetooth battery status is actually working fine. So yep, that is great that you actually can see the Bluetooth headset's battery and the status and stuff. And here let me show you, if you go into the settings of this, we have the aptX HD audio and stuff working. So yeah, the different codecs via Bluetooth is actually working perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever. I have been using this Bluetooth headset with this device, and I would say the mic quality, the call quality has been really great. Even with Bluetooth, you should not worry about it here. The VoLTE calling is actually working perfectly fine here, but as you can see there is no VoLTE icon over here as such. But yeah, you in this Google Dialer you get the call recording option, so that's great. And again, VoLTE calling is not a problem here. Talking about the other settings, in the gestures, we have the advanced restart option over here. So let me show you the power menu. You can press and hold the power button to get the power menu, or what you can do, you can go into the quick setting panel, then press this power button. Then also you will get the power menu. And from here, if you tap restart, as you can see, there is the option to directly rebooting, option to recovery, to system, or just the bootloader. So this is great that we get the advanced reboot right here. And we have the swipe direct screenshot, and this swipe direct screenshot here, if you are somewhere where you can scroll, let me take a screenshot. Here you will get the share, edit, delete, and the capture mode option. Let me show you one more time. We do have this capture mode option. So if I click on that, as you can see, I can capture more stuff. Press and hold power button for assistant is there. In the system navigation gestures, we have the full screen gestures, and if you go into the settings, we have the swipe to invoke assistant. And from here, as you can see, the assistant is working perfectly fine if you're swiping up from these corners. Now let me go here. Let's just turn on this option, and right now let's try the Google Assistant with the voice keyword. Okay Google. As you can see, it's working perfectly fine. Let me try one more time. Hey Google. As you can see again, the Google Assistant is not a problem over here. The quickly open camera is also there, and we also have the 3-button navigation gestures here. And the default keyboard is Gboard over here if you are noticing, as this ROM includes the G apps again. Now let's talk about the stock camera. Well, the stock camera, I did not even open it because this is a very old kind of Google camera. I don't really like it. It is a very basic camera. So that's why I have installed separate cameras like the Gcam Go, and you can find the links for this in the description. Even the front camera is working perfectly fine. And talking about the front camera, we have a black border when you are in a video call or something. So once you are in a video call, you should not be having huge issues over here. So that's great. You do get that black border, and that will be causing less halo effects for your videos feed for the front camera, of course. And yeah, otherwise the Gcam Go is working perfectly fine. You can install other Gcams. So in Android 12, my experience with the ANX camera has been really bad. That's why I won't recommend flashing it. Other Google cameras are working perfectly fine here. Like this Gcam is the Unix version, I guess, and this is working perfectly fine again. I'll put the links for this in the description too. Night side pictures with this one is great. Now this is how the settings panel looks like. Of course, you can search for any stuff from right here, and everywhere the whole UI is pretty smooth. Now let me tell you, I'm not using the stock launcher over here because the stock launcher is the quick step launcher, I guess, that simply does not have the double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen, or double tap to sleep is not there in the status bar as well here. So I miss the double tap to sleep. That's why I'm using the launcher over here. And on this launcher I did set it up, and it's working perfectly fine. By the way, this is the Play Store version. That's why it doesn't have the newer kind of search panel. But on the beta version of the launcher, you don't get this like Google's Discover page. That's why I'm using the Play Store version simply. But yeah, the Android 12 kind of launcher 2 works fine here. But then again, you don't get the Google's Discover page there. But here with this launcher, we can go into the settings, and from here in the gestures, I have the double tap to sleep on. That's why I can double tap anywhere in the home screen, and that makes the phone sleep. And everywhere, I haven't seen any issues over here with this launcher at all. And as you can see, the fingerprint scanner speed is blazing fast. It's almost like unlocks instantaneously, I would say. Let me turn on always on display. So I just turned on always on display, and this is how the always on display looks like. It looks beautiful. And once you double tap, as you can see, the double tap to wake is broken, but yeah, the fingerprint scanner speed again is working perfectly fine. But you can press the power button to actually go into the lock screen, and it does have this kind of animation. As you can see, it looks beautiful with this locking and unlocking animation with the power button. And once you press the power button, as you can see, it unlocks. Of course, on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, it has the side mounted fingerprint scanner, and the fingerprint scanner speed again is blazing fast, no issues whatsoever. But here in the security settings, let me show you that there is no face unlock or app lock as of right now. Only the fingerprint scanner option is there. Now talking about the widgets, yes, you do get the Android 12 kind of clock widgets, and they do look beautiful, and you can go into the clock app itself from right here. Also, talking about the white theme, if you turn on the white theme, or if you don't turn on the dark theme, you will get the white background quick setting panel, and that just looks beautiful in my frank opinion. And as you can see, everywhere it is very smooth, and you can edit and add multiple toggles here. I have added a couple of them. You can add this sound toggle, then we have the screenshot and all other things, like you can add separately the Wi-Fi and mobile data toggle, so that's cool. Extra dim and the ambient display and stuff is there. You have the internet toggle too over here, and that works perfectly fine. And here we have the battery saver, the dark theme, and the Android 12 screen recorder is also there. We have that working perfectly fine. You can record the internal audio and the microphone audio at the same time. And we have the camera access, the mic access, and the night light also works perfectly fine here. Also, if you want to enable the do not disturb, you can enable that from right here or right here. And let me show you. Okay, so yeah, this is the sound toggle again. This is not the do not disturb toggle. From this sound toggle, if you tap and hold on it, you get the volume panel. You can take a screenshot from right here. So this quick setting panel looks beautiful. You can increase or decrease the brightness just like this. In the battery settings, this is how it looks like. Now talking about battery, yes, you can enable the battery percentage. You have the battery usage statistics right here, and you can see the screen on time from right here. But talking about the battery life, I have been really impressed with the battery life over here. Let me show you with this Accu battery app, the statistics I mean. You can get definitely 9+ hours of screen on time over here. As you can see, this is the average estimate based on 23 sessions of my usage, and I have been using this ROM for almost 5 days now or more than that. But yeah, this is really great that we get about 9.5 hours of screen on time, and that's just insane. and we have the combined use of 17 hours. But yeah, the screen on time is just great, and I have been really getting about pretty much 8 and 9 hours of screen on time with like 100 to 0% if you calculate the whole session. So that is great that you are getting amazing battery life over here. Also talking about the charging speed, yes, 33 watt fast charging works here, but you need to make sure that the battery temperature stays low. And in the battery health, right now my battery health shows as 95% if you're looking at it, and I have estimated capacity of 4770 here it shows. So yeah, not too bad I would say, but again the battery life here is just insane. Only thing I do miss over here in the battery settings that I want to see the battery temperature, the current battery capacity, design battery capacity, etc., which we could see in some Android 11 ROMs, but as of right now in Android 12 I haven't seen those appearing. But yeah, maybe they will be added in the future. But then again, we don't get any thermal profiles over here, so you have to keep that in mind. In the sound settings again, we have the screenshot sound, then the touch vibration, touch sound, etc. disabling option. Also we have the vibrate for calls and stuff, and we have the default ringtone kind of stuff. Let me scroll down. We have the display settings, the adaptive brightness is there, you can turn it on. And from here we have the night light, the auto rotate screen, the double tap to wake, everything is working fine. But again, the double tap to wake will not work if you have the always on display turned on. So make sure you need to turn it off, like the always on display, if you want to use the double tap to wake. In the wallpapers and styles, this is a wallpaper that I'm using from the Wallpy app. But here let me tell you one thing, that we have this wallpaper, but as you can see, if I scroll down like this, I don't see any Monet theme engine. So yeah, the Google Monet theme engine is not working, I guess, over here. But yeah, the dark theme is there, so that works fine. Let me go back. By the way, switching between the dark theme and the white theme is very seamless experience. As you can see, it looks beautiful once it switches to the white or dark theme. Now talking about the whole experience, I would say yes, it passes the Safetynet test right out of the box. So that means you can use banking apps without Magisk Hide, and that's a huge thing here. The DRM info stays as L1, so that means you can stream Netflix or Amazon Prime videos in 1080p here, so that should not be an issue. Also with this app, I have tested the IR Blaster, and the IR Blaster is actually working perfectly fine here. And if you're wondering about the Google Photos backup and sync, here we get the upload size. I would say just go with the storage saver or express if you want free backup. And in terms of daily driving performance, I've had no such issues at all while doing the daily driving. But sometimes I've seen some apps do like act a little bit weird way. Like sometimes if I open Telegram, let me show you here. So right now I can type. Sometimes the Telegram app becomes buggy. And right now, as you can see, this is the time. And as you can see, I opened the chat and it shows me this empty page. Right now I have to close this Telegram app. Otherwise, if I open it again, as you can see, I can't do things over here. So I can click here, but it doesn't do anything. So this is the bug that I was talking about. This is the issue that I have faced. Other than that, I have seen no other issues while daily driving this ROM. By the way, here are the end-to-end Geekbench score with a CPU stress test on this ROM. So I feel the ArrowOS is gonna be amazing in the future, but as of right now, I would say yes, it does have a few customizations missing, like the double tap to sleep is simply missing over here, and that makes a huge difference for a lot of users like me. So that's why I had to use a different launcher, which is not Android 12 launcher. So these things you have to compromise, but otherwise I would say this is a good ROM. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think, and if you want to run the Android 12 based ArrowOS on your Redmi Note 10 Pro, definitely you will find the how to flash guide in the description, do not worry. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KDN Tech signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye now.